Hey everybody! I'm so excited about this particular Facebook Live class. This is actually the first live class that I've done, so I'm super excited about that. And what I think is really neat is that these are recorded and can be there for you to watch them back. So it's just 12 o'clock now. I know that many of you will not be able to view this live, but I'm hoping that going back and watching the recording will be helpful for you as well. So I'll get started in just a few minutes. I've made a few notes so that I make sure that I cover everything that I wanted to cover today. And if you will, in the comments section, ask any questions as we go through the class, but if you're going to be watching the recording, you can also make comments and I will reply to those. So feel free to do that as well. So if you're on live and you worked out today, or hey Brandy, or you plan to work out today, give me like a thumbs up or a heart or something like that. I did my workout this morning already, kind of knocked it out while the kids were still in bed because I had a lot of stuff to do today, so I find that to be really helpful. All right, so I'm just gonna, hey Donna. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the first three oils that I'm going to highlight are what you might consider sort of basic oils because they have so many different uses. And they actually are the promo of the month this month for doTERRA. So it's lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And you might be thinking, well, how do you really incorporate those to amp up your fitness level? So that's kind of what I wanted to start with. Lemon is amazing. Lemon is my, hey Donna, lemon is my absolute, one of my favorites. I have one of these in my monthly order every month because I go through so much lemon. And the nice thing is it is probably the least expensive of the oils. So wholesale, hey Kim, wholesale is, hey Brandy, wholesale it's $10, so pretty inexpensive. So for fitness, the way that I like to use lemon is in my water. Think about, you want to hydrate yourself really well as you, as you're working out, after your workout. And what I like to do is place about 3 to 5 drops of lemon in my water throughout the day. Now, for those of you who are not as familiar with essential oils and haven't already incorporated them, one of the safety tips is you always want to make sure that you, hey Holly, that you drink these out of either glass or stainless steel. That's very important because the citrus oils especially will pull out the toxins from plastic or from styrofoam and really cause you to ingest chemicals, which is the opposite of what we want. So lemon in your water is great, not only to hydrate yourself, but for detoxification. So lemon helps with lymphatic drainage. It helps, again, with just naturally detoxing your body. It works through the liver. And it also balances the pH of the body. So lemon is one that I use on a daily basis. And if you're somebody who doesn't really like to drink a lot of water or maybe uses some of those artificial sweeteners, try this first to kind of wean yourself off. Try to add 3 to 5 drops of lemon in. I'll just show you what I use. I use one of these really large water bottles. This is a 25 ounce. So I typically add anywhere from 3 to 5 drops in this. It's really just to taste. But try, if you still need like that little bit of sweetness, try adding just a little bit of stevia to that, until you kind of get adjusted to the taste of just the oil, if that's new to you. So lemon is awesome. So think of lemon as kind of all things cleansing, and it also really lifts the mood. So it's a really good just mood lifter, mood enhancer. The next one is peppermint. peppermint has so many different uses. It's so versatile. This is one of my go-to oils for so many different things. For fitness in general, peppermint is just really invigorating. So it wakes you up. I love to use peppermint on my temples before I get ready to work out. So it just kind of, again, wakes you up. It's very cooling. If you're, hot, you can put some on the back of your neck, even for hot flashes. Place some on the back of your neck along the spine, and that's really great for cooling. So it decreases body temperature. Peppermint also, interestingly, decreases cravings, so hunger cravings. So peppermint, if you like a minty flavor in your water, or if you like drinks with a minty flavor, you could add some peppermint to your water, even in addition to lemon or one of the citrus fruits or citrus oils, and that would be really refreshing. Hey, Marilyn. So peppermint, I love. Peppermint is also good for, hey, Jenny. Peppermint is also good for joint health. So think of, joint and muscle stiffness, aching, just straight peppermint. I'm going to share some other oils that are good for that and some other recipes, but peppermint alone is great for joint health. So if you have stiff joints, loosen up your muscles, peppermint's really good for that. And then the other one that I want to, oh, thanks, Carrie. You're so sweet. The other one that I want to highlight that's in that trio that is part of the promotion this month is lavender. Now, lavender, we think of anything kind of calming and soothing. Well, the way that lavender kind of can play into, amping up your fitness level. Think about this. Maybe you go, you exercise, and then you've been in the morning, and then, you're stressed out throughout the day, and at night you get the kids to bed and you just really want to relax, right? Lavender in a bath with Epsom salt is amazing. So just for relaxation, you could even sometimes I'll put some lavender on just kind of like right behind my ears. Hey Jennifer, I just love the smell of that. So you get not only the topical absorption, but then you also get that nice smell of the lavender just to promote restful sleep. So, your body, especially when we're exercising more and really all the demands that are placed on our body throughout the day, we have to have that period of, rest and relaxation and recovery for our muscles, our joints, our cells, in order to be able to function. Hey, Katie. Be able to function, at a high level the next day. So lavender can really help with that restful sleep. You can also put that in your diffuser. If you have a diffuser, you can put that in your diffuser at night. So those are the three. I wanted to start out with those because those are the three oils that doTERRA is giving away free, actually, in a promotion this month. So I wanted to just kind of briefly mention that to you. I had somebody actually message me this morning and ask if I would go over how that promotion works. So I'm going to briefly do that. So whether you're already a member or you would join and be a new member with doTERRA, if you place an order that is 160 PV or product value, now I'll tell you most oils are $1 for product value. If you place an order before the end of August, then you will receive all three of these free. And these are the big 15 ml bottles. It's really an awesome deal. So all three of those would be free to you. Now, one other thing that I have to mention with this combination, what this combination is often used for, and many of us use for, is seasonal threats. So especially like, this time of the year, if you are, there's a lot of seasonal threats in the air. If you are going to exercise outside, if you're going for a run, bike ride, just hiking, playing with the kids outside, whatever it is, applying these three, either you could apply them topically, or you could take them internally before you go out for, your run, your jog, your hike, whatever. That really helps reduce the seasonal threats and the sneezing and the itchy eyes. I use these on my kids on a daily basis, and I just keep a little roller bottle that looks just like this that I have diluted with coconut oil. With the fractionated, I'm just going to show you that as well, those of you who aren't familiar. With the fractionated coconut oil, it stays liquid at room temperature. And I've placed equal amounts of the lemon, lavender, and peppermint into a roller bottle and then topped it off with coconut oil. And I put that on the kids on their feet every day, every morning, because they do tend to be affected by those seasonal threats. So that really, really helps. Okay. Now, I think next I'm going to move on to my absolute favorite, and I don't know if Carrie is still on right now, but she totally made fun of me for this. So Deep Blue is called, the soothing blend is called Deep Blue, doTERRA's soothing blend that is for muscle and joint discomfort. I'm going to tell you what all it has in it. I actually wrote these down. So it has wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and helichrysum. Now, a lot of doTERRA's blends you'll find will have other oils in them that aren't even sold individually as oil. So you can get a lot of benefit from some of the oils combinations that are already blended together. But Deep Blue comes in two different ways. It comes in an oil, and then it also comes in a cream. Well, I use both of them, and I'm going to show you or explain to you how I use both of them. So as far as in the oil itself, it looks like this. I typically use this in a bath. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Dusty. I typically use this in a bath. So remember I mentioned the lavender with the Epsom salt. I will also typically add Deep Blue to that just for, at the end of the day, I've got some achy joints and muscles and I'm just tired and I want to relax before bed. This is really, really good in a bath. I also keep a roller bottle of Deep Blue in my purse. This comes in handy if I'm, wherever I'm at, if I, start to develop some neck tension, back, knee, whatever it might be. I just take out my little roller bottle, roll it on, and then spread it, with my hand. And that works perfect. This is from the doTERRA Touch line, which they come in, there's a whole line of these oils that come already pre-mixed in a roller bottle that's pre-diluted. So that's pretty cool. Makes it really easy and convenient. I use this on the kids as well. Again, it's pre-diluted. So, if we're at some type of sporting event and they, get a cramp in their leg or they, twist their ankle, whatever it may be, then I'll just put some Deep Blue on it, rub it in, and we're good to go. So those are the two ways that the oil comes. Hey, Jeanette. But this is when I said my sister makes fun of me sometimes. Carrie, if you're on here, you're going to laugh. But Deep Blue comes in a cream. And that's probably my #1 favorite way to use it. So it comes in either a 4-ounce tube that's already, it's sort of like pre-mixed into a lotion. Or you can get it in this ginormous, how many? This is like 32 ounces. And this is the way I buy it because this is how much I use of it. Now, of course, the bigger quantity you buy of something, then typically the better value. And so this, is a better value. And it's got this, nice pump container or pump on the end of the container. But I use this every day before I exercise. And that is something that I kind of learned over time. I want to just share with you just a quick story of how I started using Deep Blue. So it's probably been a little over 3 years now. I had developed some back pain, and because I'm in the medical field, I had gone through a whole self-diagnosis. I had had all these tests run on myself, couldn't figure out what was wrong. Had a little bit of a herniated disc. Hey, Ellen. I had a little bit of a herniated disc, but the amount of pain that I was experiencing, I was told that there's no way that disc would cause that amount of pain. So, long story short, I ended up going to, actually God led me to the right person to help me. And I ended up going to a physical therapist, and he said, oh yeah, your muscles are so tight. You have adhesions in your muscles. They've been so tight for so long. We will have to work all of that out. And then it's a matter of keeping, stretched really well. And this was stuff that I just couldn't even stretch out on my own. But it had gotten to the point that my back pain was so bad I could not exercise anymore, which was not, not only affected me physically, but mentally it really affected me. So once I got all of that worked out, I thought one day, okay, I use this Deep Blue after I exercise, and it's great. It heats up, it loosens up your muscles and your joints. So I thought, why not use that before I exercise, because that's when I feel the stiffest. Hey, Angie. So I started applying Deep Blue every day before I exercise to my back, sometimes to my knee if I'm having some discomfort in my knee. And, think of like an icy hot. Think of like a hot, cool sensation. And I'm telling you, I have had zero problems since. And really, it has allowed me to do more things than I thought I could. For instance, I never was a big runner. Like I just, my joints would hurt. I didn't really want to run. Using this Deep Blue, I can tell you, it has made a world of difference. So now if I want to go out for a run, then I do. And I don't have to suffer the effects of, what that feels like on my body the next day. So Deep Blue, I cannot say enough about. If you have any type of cramping, it's really good for leg cramps, or again, tension in the neck area. But Deep Blue is my number one favorite as far as fitness is concerned. Next, I want to show you and highlight another blend of oils called Breathe. This is doTERRA's respiratory blend. This one is really awesome for opening up the airways. And it's very minty. Let me tell you what's in Breathe. Oh, I think I didn't write down everything. It has laurel, it has peppermint, it has wintergreen. Sorry, I can't, I need glasses. I can't read the rest of those little, anyway. So this is doTERRA's respiratory blend. It comes in two different ways. So it comes in an oil. It also actually does come in that pre-made roller bottle as well. But what I have here is doTERRA's. It's relatively new. It is a vapor stick, and think of this like a Vicks salve. Okay, if you don't have any Breathe or have never smelled it, kind of think of it like that and how it works. It smells so much better than Vicks salve, but it smells really, really good. And this is just a stick that you can rub on the chest. So you can use it that way to kind of help, again, open up the airways. Maybe you are somebody who has some chronic respiratory problems, and you may have, let's say like some wheezing or coughing when you exercise, and you just need, maybe you've used some inhalers before, like before exercise. This is a way to open up the airways in, again, more of a natural way. So you could use this before exercise, you could use it during exercise, or after. I would recommend using it before if you know that that's something that typically bothers you or you have a problem with. So the ways to do that are to take the oil, place a drop in your hand, rub your hands together, and then just inhale. You will literally feel your airways opening up right away. Breathe is really powerful. Or again, you can dilute the oil itself. I typically say, 1 to 3 drops to about a teaspoon of carrier oil. You can use like the fractionated coconut oil, or you could use any other carrier oil, olive oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil, anything like that. Put it in your hand, rub it together, rub it on the chest. Or another way is to use that vapor stick on the chest. So that works really well. Now, Breathe can also help, in addition, you may not think of it for this, but in addition to the lavender, Breathe can be really helpful with getting a restful night's sleep. sometimes people have either themselves or let's say like a significant other or, a bed partner, for lack of a better word, that sleeps with you that, makes loud noises when they sleep. So you can actually place some of this respiratory blend on the big toe. And that helps to reduce that, loud airway obstruction noise that you can get, that some people have a problem with when they sleep. You can also place this in a diffuser. I do this a lot. Place this in a diffuser with the lavender at night. So you're getting sort of a double benefit of, opening up those airways, getting a restful night's sleep with the soothing properties of the lavender. So that's another way to use the respiratory blend. Next, I want to talk about doTERRA's metabolic blend. I think I did write down everything that was in this. So the metabolic blend, also called Slim and Sassy, that's what doTERRA, the sort of like the brand name of it through doTERRA, is called Slim and Sassy, and it has grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon in it. This, oh, Jeanette, you use the Breathe every night with a lavender. Yes, it's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. So the metabolic blend increases metabolism. So who doesn't want a faster metabolism, right? I mean, I look at my kids all the time and I think, oh my gosh, if my metabolism was that fast, I would probably, I don't know, look a lot different. I don't know. But anyway, so how kids, they can like kind of eat anything and, their metabolism is constantly like burning those calories. So the metabolic blend helps to increase metabolism. So you can do a couple of things with this. This has a minty flavor. As I mentioned, it has peppermint in it. So if you are a person like myself who doesn't really love a minty flavor in a drink, in a cold drink necessarily, then you can either take this in a capsule. You can make yourself a capsule with about 5 drops is what's recommended of the metabolic blend, and take that before meals. Or doTERRA makes this already, it's pre-made into a capsule. So you can actually purchase Slim and Sassy capsules, which makes it a little bit easier. If that's the way that you were going to incorporate this into your daily routine, then I would recommend, that's what I do. I buy the Slim and Sassy capsules already made. They're soft gels. And they're very small, but you can take actually 1 to 3 of those before meals, and again, helps to increase your metabolism. It also helps to fight hunger cravings, so that's really good. Decrease, appetite, sort of an appetite suppressant, so to speak. The cinnamon, I want to mention one thing. The cinnamon in this Slim and Sassy or the metabolic blend is really good for balancing blood sugar. So if you are somebody who has a problem with has had a problem with high blood sugars, the cinnamon in there really helps to balance the blood sugar. So that's really good. And because it has the lemon in it and also has grapefruit, so some of the citrus fruits, it's really detoxifying as well. So taking it internally, again, helps to naturally detoxify your body. So that one's really good. Okay, let's see what else. I wanted to highlight sort of a regimen that I use every day. First, let me highlight these 2 oils and then I will tell you how I use them. So grapefruit. Grapefruit is delicious. It really, honestly, I would encourage you, if you don't like the taste of just eating a grapefruit, to still try this. It's a mild flavor, and it doesn't taste really the same as a grapefruit to me. It's not like sour or tart or anything like that. But grapefruit is an excellent appetite suppressant. It also helps to increase the metabolism. So grapefruit really curbs the appetite again. So it's really good to drink in your water. So say instead of, if you weren't crazy about the flavor of lemon, or if you wanted to mix it up and sometimes use the grapefruit and then sometimes use the lemon, you're getting that hydration from encouraging yourself to drink more water, but then you're also getting that added benefit of appetite suppression, natural detoxification. So grapefruit, and it's another oil that is not very pricey. I want to say grapefruit is maybe $13 wholesale. And these bottles, for those of you who don't have any or haven't used any of the oils, a 15 ml bottle has roughly 275 drops in it. Now these are ultra concentrated, so you're using anywhere from 1 to 3 drops, unless you're drinking it again in a large amount, then maybe 3 to 5, but that's it per application or per, consumption. So think about how long that would last. I mean, that lasts forever. It's much cheaper than, buying those sugary packs that you put, people put into drinks and that kind of stuff. So, and much better for you. So I would encourage you to try that. So grapefruit, the other thing about grapefruit that it's really good for is, that kind of dimply skin that, we get, especially us women, get in different areas of our body, a lot of times our legs, our backside, not something that we don't want, right? That dimply appearance of the skin. Grapefruit is really awesome at smoothing that out and getting rid of it. It works, trust me. I've used it. I use it every day, and it does work. Now, I use it in combination with another oil, cypress. So cypress is, it comes from a plant, from the leaf of the cypress tree, and it sort of has more of a minty, I would say, smell. But the combination, cypress is really good for, again, getting rid of and smoothing out that dimply appearance of the skin. So what I do every night as just like part of my nightly regimen is I should probably go ahead and mix some of this up, but I haven't done that yet. I just haven't found the time. But cypress and grapefruit together mixed. So I'll take my hand, I'll put 2 drops of cypress, 2 drops of grapefruit, and then mix, probably 5 to 6 drops of fractionated coconut oil, not only to dilute, but to also make it spread a little further, because, I'm spreading it over a fairly large area. So I use the fractionated coconut oil and those 2 every night before I go to bed, and just rub that area. Now, when you're talking about kind of that, again, that dimply, unwanted look to the skin, always think about, we're trying to promote like lymphatic drainage. So think about, always move in the direction of your heart. Okay. So wherever, because that's how our circulation moves. So wherever you're using that. So if I'm using on the backs of my legs, let's just say, for instance, then I'm going to be, massaging up the back of my leg versus down, because again, that's the direction of my heart. So you want to just something, another tip to use. Always do that in the direction of the heart. Okay, let's see. So I wanted to share a couple of other things that I use pretty frequently. Now, if I have used, let's say I've used Deep Blue on, let's say I'm going to give you an example. My son hurt his elbow playing baseball. I don't know what he did to it, but he kept coming to me saying that it hurt when he would, open and close his arm like this, and that it was just sore. There was no obvious injury, anything like that, and it was probably just from throwing the ball too much. So I had put Deep Blue on it a couple of times, and it would help a little bit, but it wouldn't ever really go away. So I said, okay, we're going to try my joint blend. So this is sort of one of my go-tos for if I have something that's developed into a little bit more of a chronic problem with, joint or muscle discomfort, or some type of injury or inflammation. What I use, it's 4 different oils. I use lemongrass, which is really good for joint health. Think about your cartilage, your ligaments. It's really anti-inflammatory, as is frankincense. We know frankincense is the king of oils, highly anti-inflammatory. So frankincense, marjoram, and then also wintergreen. So I take these 4 oils and I place equal amounts of those. I've actually have this mixed into a roller bottle. Place equal amounts of those. So for this, I did 20 drops of each of the lemongrass, frankincense, marjoram, and wintergreen. And then I topped the rest off with coconut oil, which was probably, I would say, 1 to 2 teaspoons. And then I just keep this around for like I said, anything that comes up. I actually made this when that started with his arm. I went ahead and made a roller bottle so that I told him, I said, apply this to your arm twice a day. Every day, twice a day, no matter if it starts to feel better, I want you to keep doing it, and we're going to do it for 1 to 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. I even put a little sticker on it so he would know it says joint pain, just so he would know, and he could, you do this himself and didn't need me to do it for him. He put this on his elbow, rolled it around, rubbed it in. It was probably, I want to say, a week or maybe a little bit less that, he started saying, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. And so I said, okay, let's keep applying that for a few more days because I want to make sure any inflammation in there had gone away and that it, had sort of healed up. We applied it for a few more days, totally fine after that, and he's not complained about it since. So you could use this on anything. If you have any kind of injury from, exercise or anything activity that you're doing, your knee, your back, your neck, anything you could apply this blend to. And it is, in addition to Deep Blue, one of my absolute favorites. So a couple more things that I wanted to mention. Let's see, I told you about my rub for the dimply skin. PostWorkout Bath. I already mentioned using lavender and Deep Blue. That's probably my favorite combination. But I also mix that with Epsom salt and baking soda. So I'll do equal parts, like half a cup of Epsom salt, half a cup of baking soda, because you get a detoxifying effect from that as well. Not only is it going to help, soothe achy muscles and joints, but you also get some natural detoxifying from that combination as well. So I'll put that in a warm bath at night, and I'm telling you, it is just amazing. I mean, your joints just really loosen up, and then you can get a good restful night's sleep, and you're ready to go by the next morning. So that's my favorite blend for that. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, doTERRA does have several different shakes, so protein shakes, and they also have a blend, Terra Greens, I believe is the name of it. I don't personally have that right now. I do want to try it. I actually have not tried that yet. I do drink a lot of protein shakes, and I use a vegan protein powder. I actually have not tried doTERRA's yet, but I know several people that have and love the taste of it. It comes in vanilla and chocolate, so that might be something that it's all plant-based what they use. So that's another added benefit. That might be something that you want to consider trying. But I wanted to share with you how you could incorporate some of the oils, whether you're using their protein powder or not, how you could incorporate some of the oils into your protein shakes. My 2 favorite oils to use for protein shakes are peppermint and wild orange. So when I want a shake that is chocolate, then what I'll do is I'll take some type of nut milk base. So whether it's coconut milk, cashew milk, almond milk, that'll be my base. And then I will use, I'll go ahead and throw my greens in. So I'll either use spinach or kale, blend that up. Then I'll add my protein powder. Then I will add chocolate. So what I use is cacao powder. So it's like a more raw form of chocolate. You can use cocoa powder. Just like a tablespoon of that. And then I add whatever else I want to. I might add some dark cherries. I might add half of a frozen banana. I might add chia seeds. I might add walnuts. And then to make it sort of that chocolate mint flavor, then you can add a couple drops of peppermint. Now the peppermint's pretty strong, so just be mindful of that. You might want to just start out with 1 or 2 drops, blend that up, and that's really refreshing and cooling, and again, decreases hunger cravings. The other option for you, and I've done this too and it tastes delicious, is to that same smoothie base or protein shake base, then use that metabolic blend. Holly, you use the Terra Greens? Oh, good. I'm going to have to try that. I typically use spirulina or, well, actually what I have right now is spirulina for sort of the greens, so to speak, in addition to my spinach and kale that I put in my smoothies. But I'm going to have to try the Terra Greens. Good to know your kids like it too. Perfect. But you can put that metabolic blend into your smoothie, and because it has the peppermint in it, again, it's got that minty flavor, and we know chocolate and mint go so well together. So that's another way to incorporate that into your daily regimen. Now, let's say you wanted to you didn't want a chocolate smoothie. And I do think it's good to kind of mix it up and, get varied fruits and vegetables into your diet. So sometimes I will make more of a tropical type smoothie. So for that, I might use something like coconut. Hey, Rebecca. I might use like coconut water as my base. You could just use plain filtered water would be fine too. So coconut water, again, my spinach, kale, blend that up. And then I'll add some frozen fruit. So I might use strawberry, pineapple, mango, banana, blueberries, any combination of that you like. And then I will add a couple of drops of wild orange. This is so delicious. I mean, this wild orange, I'm telling you. Another way, just for a protein source, if you like yogurt, another thing that you can do that is just so delicious, either plain or vanilla yogurt, you can add a drop or 2 of wild orange to that. I mean, I'm telling you, it makes a great, if you're having a party, it makes, I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but wild orange is just, I want to give you some other tips about the use of wild orange. It makes a great dip for fruit. That fruit dip that you normally buy. If people have a fruit tray, they'll put out that fruit dip that's not really good for you. You can get just some vanilla yogurt, put a couple of drops of wild orange in it. That's it. You don't need any added sweetness, nothing. Mix that up, and that is an awesome fruit dip. Or you could just eat that with like some granola sprinkled on the tops, just some oats, some nuts, what have you. But that's another way to get another essential oil into your regimen. And wild orange is, again, it's really uplifting, and it also has those detoxifying properties that any of the citrus oils have. So just like the lemon and the grapefruit that I talked about, wild orange has those same detoxifying properties. So that is kind of what I have for fitness and essential oils. Now, one last thing that I am going to mention, and I meant to bring my bottles in here and I forgot, but the doTERRA's vitamins are, to me, just essential. Give me a thumbs up if you already use doTERRA's vitamins. It's called the LLV, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Just amazing for energy, for joint health. So what is incorporated into that Lifelong Vitality Pack? There are 3 different bottles. The first one is just a multivitamin that is readily absorbed by the body. Most multivitamins that you buy over the counter, they have synthetics added to them. They're not bioavailable, which means that your body sees it as a foreign object, synthetics, and does not know how to utilize it. So most of it is lost in the urine. I mean, honestly, you're not getting a lot of absorption from any over the counter unless you have just like a really high quality, and you've got to do your research, to make sure that you've got a high quality multivitamin. But doTERRA's blend has been extensively studied and researched, and they have 12 servings of fruits and vegetables in that, all of your vitamins and minerals that you need. It is bioavailable, readily absorbed by the body, no synthetics, so your body knows how to use every bit of it. Then also in that pack is your omega-3s. we know omega-3s are amazing for joint health. So think of it, I always tell actually my patients when I recommend omega-3s to a lot of my patients, because it's good for heart health too. So omega-3s, I always think about it like lubrication. Think about it like lubrication for your joints. So omega-3s are great for brain health, heart health, and joint health. And then the last thing that is included in that Lifelong Vitality Pack is something called Alpha CRS. And this is basically a blend for cellular health. So decreases inflammation, helps just our cells to be healthy so that they can function properly. And the cool thing is, I've never known anybody to ever try these and not like them or send them back, but doTERRA does offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So they say if you try these vitamins and you do not have more energy and or less joint pain, then they will give you your money back. So it's so worth trying. I mean, I take a half dose, so I only take a dose in the morning. I don't take a dose at night because it gives you so much energy, and I just love it. So that's another really good thing to incorporate into your overall, health, and will help with fitness. Again, the more energy you have, the better you're able to perform when you go to the gym or when you go out for that walk or run or hike or bike. So I just want to encourage you guys to do some of that. So get out, even if it's, going and playing a kickball game with your kids. Any kind of active movement is, of course, going to get you towards your ultimate goal, which is to live a healthier life and to feel more vibrant and more alive. And incorporating some of these products that I talked about today, I think is really, really helpful. So Laura asked, what is the cost of the vitamins? So with the wholesale membership, which gets you 25% off. The wholesale membership, for those of you who don't know, is $35 for a year, and that gets you 25% off of all products for the whole year. It is $79. I agree with Carrie. You must be taking the elevator. Yes. Thank you, Eliza. I didn't see Carrie's comment, but yes. So that's just other testimonies to how awesome the vitamins are. So so I believe it's $79, Laura, with the wholesale membership. Now, for a lot of women, I recommend, especially if you are somebody who doesn't already have, let's say, an autoimmune problem or, a ton of inflammation, joint pain, that kind of thing, you can probably start off and maybe even be maintained with just a half dose, which means that purchase, that $79, would last you for 2 months. So, you maybe could spread it out over 2 months' time. That's what I do, because I only take one dose in the morning. So, I just want to thank you guys for those of you who were able to watch live today. If you have more questions, please post them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them, and I'll watch for those over the next day or two as people are watching the recording. And if you do not already, if you are not already a member of doTERRA and you would like to join our wellness team, we would love that. Please just message me and I can send you more information. I also want to offer to anyone, you're welcome, Donna and Laura. I also want to offer to anyone who wants to join our team a wellness consult. So if you, at no cost, with your membership, I will do a one-on-one wellness consult with you to sit down and talk about what your specific needs are and how you can best be served by, which oils you want to start with and begin incorporating, and sort of help you come up with a regimen of how to incorporate those. So I want to offer that as well. And you can, again, just message me with any questions. And if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and message me. And don't forget about that promotion. Those of you, even those of you who already have a membership, you have until the end of the month. You can get those 3 lemon, lavender, and peppermint with your 160 PV purchase, and that's a great value. And any new enrollment can receive that as well. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day and weekend. And one last thing, If you will comment, if there are other areas that you really want to see classes on, whether it's related to essential oils or just something health and wellness related, I would love it if you would give me some suggestions. I know that Carrie and I are, wanting to provide more of that information to you. So please give us some suggestions and we'll try to put something together. So see you guys soon. Bye.